Most people believe dementia begins with memory loss. That belief is not just wrong, it is dangerous. Because while families wait for memory to disappear, another form of dementia is already destroying the brain silently, not loudly, not dramatically, but permanently. This disease does not begin with forgetting names. It begins with changes that feel harmless. A slower walk, a strange emotional reaction, difficulty planning something simple, a sudden bathroom urgency no one talks about. These moments are ignored, dismissed, explained away, and by the time memory finally collapses, the brain has already lost critical blood supply for years. This is vascular dementia, the second most common dementia in the world, and the most misunderstood. Tonight, I want you to forget everything you think you know about dementia, because what you are about to learn could protect someone's independence, dignity, and mind, if recognized early enough. Your brain is not powered by thoughts. It is powered by blood. Every second, blood delivers oxygen and nutrients to billions of brain cells. Without blood, brain cells do not rest. They die. Vascular dementia happens when this blood supply is damaged. Not all at once, not dramatically, often slowly, silently, in tiny strokes that never make headlines. These strokes may never cause paralysis. They may never cause slurred speech. They may never send someone to the emergency room, but they destroy brain tissue piece by piece. And here is the most critical truth most people never hear. Vascular dementia progresses in steps, not slopes. A person can seem normal, then suddenly worse, then stable again, then worse again. Families say, "He was fine last year. She suddenly changed. It came out of nowhere." It didn't. It was building quietly. The brain is a survival machine. When blood flow weakens, it compensates. It reroutes. It works harder. This compensation hides damage. That is why early vascular dementia does not look like dementia. It looks like stress, aging mood, changes, clumsiness. Just slowing down. Doctors are trained to look for memory loss. By the time memory fails in vascular dementia, damage has already reached deep brain structures. This is why early signs matter more than late ones. Now we begin the signs, not in a checklist way, but in the order the brain actually fails. This is where vascular dementia often begins, not in memory, not in thinking, but in bladder control. This shocks families, but neurologists understand something most people don't. Bladder control is a brain function. Specifically, it is regulated by the frontal lobes. When blood flow weakens in these regions, the brain loses its ability to delay bladder signals. What does that look like? Sudden urgency, little warning, accidents that never happened before. Medical tests show no infection, no prostate problem, no bladder disease. Doctors say it's age. Families accept it. But in many cases, this is the earliest neurological alarm. This symptom often appears months or years before memory changes, and almost no one connects it to dementia. The brain controls emotion the way brakes control a car. When the brakes fail, emotions run unchecked. In vascular dementia, damage to frontal and subcortical circuits removes emotional filters. What appears? Sudden anger over nothing. Crying that feels uncontrollable, laughing at inappropriate moments. Emotional flatness when emotion should exist. Families feel hurt. They say, "You've changed. You're not the same person." They take it personally. They shouldn't. These reactions are not choices. They are neurological disconnections. This sign often appears long before diagnosis and is one of the most misinterpreted warnings. This sign alone can predict dementia years in advance. Walking is not automatic. It requires balance planning, visual input, motor coordination. All brain functions. In early vascular dementia, walking subtly changes. Shorter steps, slower pace, hesitation at turns, difficulty walking while talking. This is called dual task failure. The brain cannot manage movement and thinking simultaneously. Research shows gait changes can appear 3 to 5 years before diagnosis. Families say, "He's just getting older." Doctors say, "Probably arthritis." But the brain is already struggling. This is one of the most powerful early predictors, and one of the most ignored. The eyes still see, but the brain misinterprets. This leads to misjudging steps, bumping into furniture, parking problems, spilling drinks, difficulty on stairs. This is not vision loss. This is spatial processing failure. Damage in parietal and occipital pathways disrupts the brain's 3D map of the world. The danger? The person often has no awareness of the impairment. Fall risk increases dramatically. Driving becomes unsafe. This sign alone warrants immediate evaluation. Sign 5. Conversations that become exhausting. The person hears words, but cannot hold them long enough to understand meaning. This is working memory collapse. Symptoms include asking the same question repeatedly, losing track of conversations, confusion during TV shows, withdrawal in group settings. This is not hearing loss. This is cognitive overload. The brain cannot keep information active. Social withdrawal follows, not because of disinterest, but because of mental exhaustion. Families misread this as depression. It is not. Sign 6. Words that vanish mid-sentence. The thought is there. The word is not. This is retrieval failure. The inconsistency is key. Some days speech is normal, other days it isn't. This reflects unstable blood flow to language centers. The frustration is profound. Many people withdraw socially to hide the problem. This sign often precedes memory loss and signals specific vascular damage. Sign 7. Evening confusion, sundowning. This is the brain's stress test. As daylight fades, visual cues disappear. Fatigue increases, blood flow, demand rises. Damaged vessels cannot keep up. Confusion appears. This is not tiredness. This is vascular insufficiency. This sign often appears before daytime symptoms and is dismissed for months. Sign 8. The collapse of planning and organization. This is when independence begins to fall apart. The person knows what to do, but cannot organize how to do it. Cooking fails. Bills pile up. Medication schedules break down. This is executive dysfunction. Damage to frontal lobes removes the brain's CEO. Families step in and unknowingly hide the decline. By the time doctors see it, damage is advanced. Why early action matters more in vascular dementia. Here is the most important difference. Vascular dementia is driven by blood vessels. Blood vessels can be treated. Blood pressure control, diabetes management, smoking cessation, exercise, diet. These are not lifestyle tips. They are brain-saving interventions. Early diagnosis can slow decline, prevent further strokes, preserve independence. Late diagnosis cannot undo damage. Time is everything. The brain does not collapse suddenly. It warns first, quietly, subtly, repeatedly. Those warnings are what you learn today. If you recognize them, act. If this information reaches one family early enough, it can change the entire course of a life. That is the power of understanding vascular dementia.